Thank you, President Moon, and greetings to the board, faculty, and staff who are here today. Thanks also to the family and friends, your support for these graduates. I feel your pride and, of course, your relief. Now, I know I'm not the first commencement speaker this spring to tell you that you're graduating into a job market and a workplace that's being upended by AI. Now, like many of you who entered here in a pre-AI era, I entered college in a pre-internet era. Now, the first commercial web browser, it wasn't released until my senior year in college. And then in May of that year, I graduated into this world being reshaped by this technology. So a few weeks after my own graduation, my brother and one of his friends, they drove me across country to Phoenix, Arizona, where I was about to start a 10-week summer reporting fellowship. Now, when I applied for this fellowship, I had asked to be assigned to the city desk. I wanted to cover breaking news. But when I arrived on my first day, I was told to go see the business editor. Now, I was a little confused, but she took one look at me and said, "You know, you're young. You must know something about technology. Our tech reporter is on leave for the summer, so you're now our tech reporter." Indeed, that detour to the business desk, it turned out to be a really lucky career break. That summer, I got a front row seat to this emerging technology called the internet. I wrote about the first airline on the World Wide Web, which was Southwest. You could look up flights, but you still had to call to make a reservation. I even wrote an entire article exploring the letters www. And one afternoon, we got a call saying this Microsoft executive was leaving a conference in town and would be glad to be interviewed on his way to the airport. And we talked about Windows, we talked about MSNBC, which had just launched, and where the internet was headed. So I stuck this business card with his phone number on the back of the card into my pocket, and I went back to the newsroom. Now, only much later did the importance of this executive hit me. He was Steve Ballmer, number 2 after Bill Gates, appointed CEO of Microsoft in 2000. Now, this isn't a lesson about how never to lose a business card, although I guess in the era of smartphones, we don't really need to worry about that anymore. Rather, this is a lesson about how to navigate all the advice you're getting right now based on the predictions about a job market that is in total flux. You know, as I look back on those articles I wrote, there were all these predictions about technology quickly taking our jobs. It's so much of a repeat about what we're hearing now about AI. But here's the thing about predictions when it comes to technology. It's known as Amara's Law. We tend to overestimate the effect of technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run. You know, we had GPS maps now in our hands, the ability to search anything on Google, social media, streaming video. All of that came from that summer of 1995. And all of it reshaped the careers of tens of millions of people who had to navigate a whole new world after graduation. But we did it. We did it, and so will you if you have what I think is the number one skill for this future, and that is a tolerance for ambiguity. You know, I've spent 25 years watching people navigate exactly this kind of uncertainty in newsrooms, in boardrooms, and at institutions like this one. In a world being rewritten by technologies none of us fully understand, is to never stop learning. You know, every generation has faced its version of this moment, and every generation has figured it out, and yours will too. Remember, sharks don't wait for the water to settle before they move, they lead. Congratulations, graduates, and now go out and be a shark. Thank you so much.